my god, Andrew from 90 Day Fiance's mom has agreed to come on this channel and do an exclusive interview with me. So let's not waste any time and jump right on into this interview. Alright guys, like I was saying, Andrew from 90 Day Fiance, his mom is here, and oh my god, you guys, I can already tell we are gonna be in for a good one. So Lori, so nice to meet you. How are you doing?
Good. Thank you so much for having me on your program today. I really appreciate that.
Well, no, not a problem. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day and coming on. And you know, so much stuff has been going on with Andrew and Amira that I want to cover in a couple of minutes. First thing I do want to talk about with you is that comment that was made. I'm just so personally curious, you know, what was the reasoning behind it? And for those of you guys that don't know, the comment was basically said, you know, you look like an ugly piece of mud, and that you're that rubber all over the wall, and just like your personality and morals. And that was made by you to Amira. And so I just want to I want to start this off and hear from you, you know, what was the meaning behind that comment? Where were you going with it, and what was the thought process?
Obviously it was a clumsy comment. Amira is a beautiful woman. Andrew called and asked me to take it down, and I took it down right away. But I was really referring to the outfit and the ugly truths that aren't being told. My meaning behind it, I just didn't say it appropriately.
Right. Yeah, that's interesting. So I know we can't, you know, get into too many specific details, but when you say the ugly truths, can you elaborate on what exactly what are these ugly truths that you're talking about?
Most of them are due to the message board that she went on when it was the Mexico trip.
Right.
She was accusing Andrew of the one doing it, and the show kind of elaborated on that. And that's not the case. Mm-hmm. Andrew never. She's the one that found that out. Andrew just supported everything that she wanted to do. Anything that she wanted to do, even the show itself. She was supporting her desires and wants.
Okay, so now just to give some more backstory and whatnot, we saw in the beginning of the season, for everyone that didn't know, we saw in the beginning of the season, Andrew and Amira was going on there saying this was Andrew's idea to go to Mexico. They both end up going to Mexico, and Amira gets detained. And that whole deported, detained situation was kind of like just a cliffhanger. We never really did get to the bottom of why she got deported. Do you have a reasoning on why you personally believe she got deported?
I have some suspicions, but I'm not. I mean, I can't give exacts.
Well, no, that's not a problem. Not a problem. I totally get it. Not a problem. But when we're on the topic of Mexico, I am curious. You know, we saw on 90 Day Fiance, it appeared that it didn't look like Andrew was really trying too hard. But then we heard from Andrew on his social media that he hired a translator, and he was calling all these people. He was sending info to Amira's dad. And so I'm kind of curious, you know, what your thoughts are on that whole Mexico trip, and if you think that was portrayed correctly and everything that went down when they were in Mexico.
It actually wasn't portrayed. They didn't tell the whole story. As far as Andrew immediately contacted everyone he could, every embassy, the United States, France, everyone. The airport, he contacted everyone. He contacted us to see what we could do to contact other people. And he contacted the dad to tell him where he could contact other people, and the dad did nothing. He never contacted one person.
Wow. Have you ever been in communication with the dad?
No one has ever reached out to me.
And so I know it does sound like, you know, you and Amira, correct me if I'm wrong, but you guys have met and had a relationship, you know, right?
We had a really good relationship, you know, when she's been here many times, sports before. And she and I have had a really good relationship up till the show, till the not the airing, but the filming of the show and stuff. Things kind of went sour then.
I know we probably can't talk about it, but it's so interesting to see you say you guys had a good relationship, and now everything's kind of, you know, turned the corner, and it's just so bizarre. Do you think it was the show, or do you think it was what she was saying on the show? What really made that relationship just turn so sour?
I think a lot of it had to do with the show, and a lot of it had to do with things that she was going to do in the future from the show. You know, we were contacting each other the whole time and stuff, and Andrew was contacting, and so I'm a little baffled, to be honest, because we did have a relationship and we were friends, basically.
You know, and so there's been some rumors and whatnot that Amira was having like an online relationship before Andrew with a guy in prison, and she was trying to kind of do a similar situation with him to come to America. Did you know anything about that? Do you have any thoughts on that? Do you think she was just, you know, trying to do a similar situation, use Andrew and just come to America? Or what do you, think about that?
Well, I knew that she was writing a prisoner, and I didn't know that it was as recent than her meeting Andrew, that information. However, after getting the information, it looks like she's just trying to get to America. And it was part of that path. And it's fortunate because Andrew did everything and anything he could for her, but visa, paying for everything, down to makeup. He just did anything that she requested, basically.
And so I'm curious too, when you were with Amira in person, did you kind of think she was using him or just trying to come here for the wrong reasons then? Or did you just start thinking that once the show aired?
When I first met her, I didn't think that she was coming here for the wrong reasons. I thought after that they started the relationship and she'd come to visit a couple times, and how she was pushing to be on this show and how important that was to her. And so when she did that, that's when I got the inkling that she may be doing it to come to America.
You know Amira obviously better than we all do. We've heard from Andrew, it seems like she was just grasping at straws to come on this show, and that she's even in her past tried to get on different shows and whatnot. What is it? Why do you think that she is desperately trying to get on TV so bad?
For the fame. I think that she really, and no matter what, she's going to do anything and everything she can for the fame. Her and her dad both have been trying to get on different things, not him getting on it, but him trying to help her. It's just, she doesn't care about anyone else except for the fame.
You know, back on the dad, there's been a lot of tension, it seems like, with Andrew and the dad, and we heard the dad say some pretty nasty comments about Andrew, and then Andrew's kind of shared some stuff on his social media. Do you have any comment on what you think of the dad and some of the stuff he said about Andrew and whatnot? What do you think of Amira's dad?
Personally, I don't know the father because I've never met him or talked to him. However, he has never met my son or talked to him either, except for brief moments. And to make any type of statement about my son or anyone else is ludicrous, because he should look at his own closets and other things. And, the money situation, he has constantly asked Amira for money, and I think it's been funneling through Andrew.
Right. Well, I was going to ask that. So we're talking about the money. Does Amira have a job? Because she mentioned, when she was talking about possibly going to Serbia, her dad asked her, how's the job hunt? And she said, well, I'm probably not going to get one because I'm going to Serbia. What has her job history been this past few years that Andrew, has been in communication with her?
She's not had any job.
Wow. So how has she supported herself?
The French government and Andrew.
Has she had a reasoning behind the no job? I mean, most, it's common. You have a job. Did you ever ask her, why don't you have a job? What is going on?
We've mentioned it and on like what her dreams were and different things that she do and stuff. But basically it came down to she wanted to, be on a show and she wanted to be famous. That was her dream, basically. It had nothing to do with any type of job that we would be doing.
And, we're talking about the money stuff. So I don't know if you can say it or not, but can we pretty much just assume that the ticket to Mexico and all this stuff that she was doing, coming back and forth to America, was that on Andrew's dime? Because it sounds like if she doesn't have a job, he's the one likely paying for everything?
Yes. He is
Wow.
he paid for everything, the vacations they've taken, the visa process, anything, makeup, everything that clothes.
Hmm.
He's paid for lots of different things that she's requested, and got TVs, you
Uh-huh.
know, things like that. He's pretty much paid for all of it.
And I don't know if we can talk too much on it, but there are some of my followers that really believe that Andrew didn't try to help in Mexico and that he didn't care about Amira. I'm not saying that's, true or anything. I'm just saying I have followers that think that. And it sounds like from what Andrew shared on his social media that 90 Day Fiance kind of cut it and they edited the videos in a certain way to make him look like that. I'm curious, if you have any thoughts on why. Like, why would they make it appear like that? Why wouldn't they just show that Amira was the one that was on the forums and she did want to go to Mexico and that was her idea? Do you have any comments or any thoughts on why they would position it like that? It doesn't make any sense to me.
It is a question, because when she did get to Mexico, she didn't call Andrew or her dad.
Right.
And but she did call someone.
Yeah, and do you have any idea who that person was? Because Andrew shared that on his social media too, that she did call someone, but it wasn't him and it wasn't his dad.
Yeah. I can't directly say who it was, but it was someone, and it really to the show. And so,
Interesting. Interesting.
but as far as that, it is interesting. Who would you call if you got detained somewhere? I mean, wouldn't you call the person that you're going to marry?
Yeah, and I'm also curious too. Her dad's really been involved in the show. Do you know her situation with her mom? I'm just kind of curious for myself. Is she in a relationship with the mom too, or are they just kind of more distant and not very close?
Her, she's really close to her mom. Her mom is the one who's taken care of her whole life. From what I understand, the dad abandoned her when she was a really small child, and has come back into her life, um, in her early 20s, late teens, somewhere in that time frame, when all of the trying to find her way to fame started.
It's crazy to hear some of those, kind of like you were saying, the skeletons and whatnot that's really going on behind the scenes. It's crazy to hear. And so I'm curious though with you guys. I heard there's been some recent negativity. I don't know if you want to talk about it or not, but with your guys' business, and there's been some fake clients writing fake reviews. And do you have any comments on what's going on with that?
Yeah, apparently, the trolls, I guess is what they're called,
Yeah.
it has been putting fake reviews on different websites that are put up by the state or other places, not put up by us. We've never even really signed up for any of these type of sites. We've never met any of those people who have done those reviews. And so we've gotten calls asking for our address. I must get 5 calls a day. It's really insane, to go after our business it's super sad. I just really think that people need to think about what they're doing before they step forward on things.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I always say too, you can love Andrew, you can hate Andrew, but at the end of the day, it's a reality TV show. We all know that it's edited in a certain way, and it's a TV show, so we're just watching it for fun. Leave him alone, leave her alone. Let's just watch it and have fun. That's a bummer, though. I didn't realize there was that much, negativity. Has there been any good that came out of the show? Have you guys got any new business or any positive things that have come out of him going on the show?
None, nothing.
Wow.
No, right now, and we're not stepping in any type of arena in any way because of all the negativity and the hate.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, we're just trying to get out the message that what you're watching isn't facts. It's not true all the way. Yeah. And it's very sad that people tend to come after other people and even their businesses. Yeah. It's very sad. And I'm sorry to have even gotten on this show, to be honest.
Wow. Well, hey, you're not the first person. I had Stephanie on my channel and she said the exact same thing. She owns a spa. She's gotten a lot of new business, but she still just said it's been a negative experience. They edited and they cut up my clips like crazy. It didn't turn out good, and so she wasn't happy either. But that's I will say Andrew and Amira's storyline has been one of the most bizarre, because Andrew's been sharing screenshots this whole entire season on his social media to everyone that basically everything we're seeing on the show pretty much contradicts, the text he has. So it's like there's been 2 stories going on this entire time, and it's just been a mess. All the stuff going on with Mexico was insane, and I just I can't believe it. I'm curious to see how it plays out, and I really appreciate you coming on and sharing your comments. Do you have any other messages for the fans, or for maybe even the haters that really they aren't a fan of Andrew? Do you have any comments for them that might show that, hey, Andrew is a totally different guy than what's being shown on the show?
If I could speak anything to anyone, haters, lovers, whatever, do realize it is a reality show that has been edited in different ways, and the person that you're seeing on that show is not the person that is inside it, in a way. Andrew is none of the things that you're seeing. He's a very kind, gentle, patient, wonderful person who, in the industry that he's in right now, you have to have all of those things and more. And very giving, or we would even be on this show, because why would he give this to Amira if he wasn't a giving person? Right. But just remember who you're talking to and what you're saying, because the things you do say do hurt. And they can cause damage in so many different ways.
I'm waiting for the tell-all. I've heard rumors that the tell-all was insane, and I know for a fact don't bother commenting, but I'm just saying I've heard rumors that the tell-all was insane, and I want to hear the truth. And I know you've sprinkled out some teasers and whatnot, but I want to hear the truth, and I can't wait for this season to be done so we can just hear what in God's name happened with these 2, because I feel like there is just a little bit of a hidden, secretive side with Amira that we're not really getting the full picture. So yeah, this is crazy. I really appreciate you coming on. And any other final words before we sign off and wrap up this interview?
No, but thank you for allowing me to come on. And I appreciate it. I appreciate the fact that you're giving us a little bit of a voice that we haven't had. And just remember, at the end of the day, the people that are around you are the ones that love you the most.
For sure. Yeah. Well, hey, I appreciate it, Lori. Thank you so much for coming on. And maybe at the end of the season, we can have you and Andrew come on to do a little, thing or something. Be fun. All right, y'all. That was honestly really fun and interesting. There are a couple of things I took from that. Number one, the thing she said about how Amira, when, she got to Mexico, did not call her dad, and how she did not call Andrew. That kind of caught my attention. What do y'all think about that? To me, I'm like, God, does she have another man? Obviously, she cannot say yes or no, but she was kind of hinting that she's another man, I feel like, at least. But guys, I feel like there is just so much more drama waiting to happen. We get to see, does Amira go to Serbia? Does she come to America? I really have no idea what is going to happen. I thought I did. Maybe I was wrong. But either way, comment below what y'all think. And yeah, let me know. Andrew did agree that, once the season is done and the tell-all airs, he has agreed to come on the channel and really share the deep, dark secrets of what went down that he can't talk about now until the season is done. So yeah, this is going to be insane. We're going to have to wait and see, but wow, pretty good interview. So y'all definitely make sure to comment below what you guys think. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and y'all better stay tuned for many more videos.